Hi, and welcome to A Taste of Community Ed. I'm Stephanie, and I'm here to show you a little bit about what we do with Concord Carlisle Adult and Community Ed. Today, I am with my very good friend, Molly Delahy, and she's going to tell us about a course that she's offering this fall. Now, we offer a ton of different courses. We offer things from flower arranging to Village University to book groups, but what Molly has is really unique, and I want you to know about it because it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to talk to a lot of people. So, Molly!
Hello.
First of all, I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here to talk about this. I love this program.
And when you explained it to me, I was so excited for us to be able to offer it. So, and I know that we're calling it Unstuck, but it's not necessarily just for people who are getting ready for a transition or who, you know, need a big change in their life. So describe a little bit about what that means, Unstuck.
Absolutely. I like the name Unstuck because it's catchy, but I don't want you to feel just what you said, that you're stuck in a bad way at all. Sometimes we all just need a little moment to step back, quiet our minds, and hear ourselves think again and come up with some new ideas or some old ideas that we forgot that we already had. So it really is just a place, a 2.5-hour block of time where you get to involve yourself in art, in movement, and in theater games to get your own creativity going. I'm not going to teach you anything. You're going to do all the work yourself in this environment that's very creative, and you'll get your thoughts flowing again, and you'll hear yourself think and create, and hopefully by the end you'll look at what things might be on your mind, and you'll look at them with a new perspective. So you'll have a quieter mind and a lighter heart to be able to sort of look at those things again and go, oh, I'm going to approach it this way, just because you will have had time to hear yourself think.
Right. So it could even just give you a new look at things in general. So you could have a big change that you're going through or something, or want to go in a whole different direction. But this could just even give a new perspective on a project that you have at work, or a way that you're interacting with your family or a good friend. So it could just be anything. It's literally about just opening yourself up to new ideas.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. And the way we open ourselves up to new ideas is doing something we don't usually do. So I am putting you in a scenario where you are going to do artwork through collaging. You are going to involve yourself in movement so that you're going to move your bodies and get the blood flowing. And then you're going to play theater games where you have to be spontaneous. You can't plan, you can't think ahead, you just have to go. And so because I'm making you do those things, you're just going to come up with new ideas or new approaches to same old issues or things that you might be thinking about.
Right. And you don't have to be artistic, and you don't have to be a dancer or any of those other things.
Exactly.
So I really love that.
No experience necessary. All I ask is that you bring an open mind and some clothing you can move in.
Right.
I will provide everything else. The group will provide everything else. And you yourself will come up with your own ideas.
And how did you come up with this? Like, what brought you to this place where you said, I need to do this?
That is such an interesting question. And maybe a really long perspective is sort of my whole life. I have been working in this mode of art and music and movement and theater games. So long ago, I was in Improv Boston, so I'm familiar with improv. And I used to teach those classes, so I'm familiar with how to teach that. Then I raised my own family, 4 children, for 25 years. So I really get how to get in there and nurture and bring out the best. And then for the past 5 years, I've taught at the Carroll School. The Carroll School is a school for children with dyslexia, and we utilize a multisensory approach as a way to open their minds and begin to think differently. So that gave me the multisensory approach, and then everything else just sort of dovetailed in there. And between it all, I feel like I've got this workshop that everything I've ever done is kind of in there, and it has evolved into, I could take 3 days to do this workshop.
Right.
But most people don't have 3 days to go away from home and do this. So I sort of took that world of people going away for 3 days for a retreat and squeezed it down into a workshop in only a few hours so that you get a result quickly and still go home at night.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to go, you don't have to spend a place, go far away and spend a lot of
not.
money and time. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That. So take us through like the different steps of the workshop and what people should expect when they come.
Okay, great. So when you first walk in, what I like people to do is I have a poster board up, and I like you to write down something that's on your mind. I mean, it could be something like job, spouse, homework, lawn maintenance. I mean, it does not have to be major, but something that's on your mind. It is a placeholder. You get to put what's on your mind and you get to put it up on that board and you get to keep it there.
Okay.
We will come back to that at the end. Okay? So you can enter the room and start to let things go. Because what I don't want you to do is I guess the best way to say it is I want you to be in the moment. I want you to leave where you were, and you will go to where you're going to go to. Right now, I just want you here and in the moment. So whatever you want to do, it's kind of like a brain dump. People put it up there, placeholder. Then you come to a table where there is cardboard and pictures of from magazines all over the place, scissors and a glue stick. And you get to create a collage. What I don't want you to do is think ahead. I'm going to make a collage about, because you don't know what I've offered you there in the pictures. So you're going to walk up to these pictures, not thinking, not planning. Grab something that attracts you. You don't have to know why, and start there. You get to cut it out in any way you want and glue it on the paper, and let something build, something grow. Let yourself hear yourself, what you're attracted to, what you'd like to create, and go ahead and create it. And every time I've done it, it's been a surprise to people what they've created.
Really?
Yeah, they had no idea they were going to create that.
Well, especially if you don't know what the pictures are ahead of time and you don't have a preconceived notion, you can just look at what attracts you and then see what it reveals. Which is fun. And when do we do that as adults, right? When do we create art as adults just for fun?
That's exactly
on an afternoon
right.
Or evening.
We don't do this. And so you're just allowing yourself that time and space to just create a piece of artwork or a creation. You don't even have to call it art, just a creation of your thoughts and feelings. Who knows what's going to start to come out on that piece of paper.
Right. Oh, that's really cool.
And then when that's done, I like to give you some time to reflect on it, because I think that's important. Once you've put it out there, what is it saying to you? So I have you answer some questions. What first attracted you to that? What do you like about it? Is there a message there? Is it saying something to you? And I have you just actually write out the answers to those questions. And then I have you share with somebody what you experienced. If you come up with, I don't know what this is, that is okay too. Maybe you were just having fun with shape and color. That's fine.
Right.
So whatever you come up with is absolutely fine. You get to write about it and you get to share with somebody else. I find at that point, people's minds are very quiet, which always makes us receptive to new things when we're quiet on the inside. People find that just doing that artwork almost meditative. It's quieted their mind. It's made them able to connect more with their thoughts and feelings.
Which is really, really nice. I like that. I like the idea of processing it afterwards. So even if you didn't, which you don't, deliberately pick and with forethought what you're going to do, now you have a chance to look at it and say, what does this mean to me now that I've actually created this piece?
Yes.
So.
And people are kind of surprised and then not surprised.
Right.
You know, like, oh, look what I made. Oh, right, that's because I'm thinking about this, or I'm wanting this, or I'm feeling this, and there it is.
Nice.
And it gives you that quiet state.
Which is awesome.
So then, of course, then I get you up and get you moving. Because as an educator, I know that after an hour of sitting, we need to move.
Right.
Our attention span needs motion at this point. So then I turn on the music. Now, now what we do is I'm asking people to move in a way where they're just hearing the music and they're moving their bodies. We're not at a dance party, although that would be fine, I guess. What I want you to do is hear music, feel music, move the way the music is asking you to move. So when we first start to move, our eyes are closed and we just sort of feel it. And we're able to express through our bodies what the music is saying. So I say this time is to move to express, not to impress.
I like that.
So yeah, it should not be intimidating at all. And I don't want it to be intimidating. I just want you to get your blood flowing and get your body relating to the music.
Okay.
And that's
I like
what we
that.
do. And we do it alone, and then we sort of do it as a group, and it just naturally flows.
And your eyes are closed at first, so you don't have to feel self-conscious about what you're doing or how
Yes.
you're moving or how other people are moving.
Yes, exactly. Your eyes are closed at first so that you can just feel your body and hear that music and feel that music. And I always say to people, open your eyes when you're ready to open your eyes. It takes the first song.
Right.
Usually the first song, everybody's eyes are closed. But by the second song and the third song, you're starting to open your eyes and move in the room, which is just fine. And then I go through 5 songs, and usually by the 4th song, it does become a dance party, because I think once you get moving, the joy just starts to flow. The blood starts to flow. Also, it's a very safe environment where you've just done some artwork and you're trusting other people in the room, and it just becomes fun. And that is the point. It should be fun.
I like that. That's actually really cool. I wanted to take a minute because we didn't show these, and I wanted to look at the collages because some of them are a little different from what people might expect. So let's take a quick look at those, because I forgot about that as we were talking about the next step.
So this was one collage someone did. And basically what she said at the end was she was just feeling hands and all that could come from hands. And there wasn't much more of a message to her than that, just sort of just this opening up.
That's really cool.
With hands.
Gosh, I love the background there.
Yes, and that was one of the first things she put down was the background, the sky, the sort of the
Right.
reaching out. And then everything evolved from that. This one is incredibly colorful. I love it. And this person, these are headdresses.
Oh, wow.
I know, but they cut out the inner person and just used it as bursts of color.
Wow.
Which you can use these pictures in any way you want. It doesn't have to be what it is.
Right.
It can be, so she used it as color, and then she felt that was herself diving into the color.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like that.
So there's a lot of movement here with color.
Yeah, these kind of remind me of those. You remember those spectrograph splatter paint things
splatter
that you would do?
painting. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it looks like for me.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So just fun color. Also,
Yeah.
You take these home with you, and you can set it up around your house. So just a visual cue
Right.
to remember. Yeah. This one I thought was so creative. So there are no rules.
Right.
You can stay on the page. You can go off the page. You
That's
don't
what I think
need
is
to do
cool.
more than one.
I think
so
that's
this
very cool.
one, this person did 2 pieces of paper and then even went off the page. I thought this was really funny. This word said eat, and he made it tea.
Nice.
And then it was just sort of a flowing of consciousness out.
See, that's very cool, because I don't think that I would have thought to do that, to go off the page like that.
Exactly. And, you know, he heard me say there are no rules.
Right.
So please do whatever you feel. And it was at that moment he's decided, well, then if it's not one, I'll use 2 and I'll even
love
go
that.
off. And it was like, of course, of course. And he had a real breakthrough right here, just saying, why am I putting rules on myself when there are no rules?
Right.
And so then he approached the whole rest of the workshop with free abandon. So it was very fun.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool. So you do the collage.
Yes.
and then you reflect, and then everybody gets up and they do dancing, so you're getting that movement in your body, and you're feeling the music, and you're just, things are really, really flowing.
Yes.
So, and then what happens after that?
Okay. Then comes the theater games. And I focus on theater games as compared to improv. Some people feel you have to be funny to be in improv. And I don't want to put the focus there, though I will use improv techniques.
Right.
But it's really theater games. It's games to get you being spontaneous. And that's where the focus is. The spontaneity, the lack of planning. And what I find when there's lack of planning, there is just this level of lightness and happiness and fun because it's playing like a kid. You know, you're back in that spontaneous moment. You don't know what you're going to say or do. You're just living in the moment, and it's fun and funny. And you end up laughing with each other and at yourself because you had no idea you were going to do that or say that or think that or act that way. And so people tend to leave that portion just laughing at themselves and each other in the most joyous way.
And you don't have to know how to act. This is not about acting. This
Not
is
about
not
acting.
about playing a role or doing anything like
No.
that. This is literally about theater games. I've done theater games, and they're actually a boatload of fun.
Yes, so that is what we'll do. I will bring you through those theater games. I've always make sure that everything is explained so you don't feel like,
Right.
What am I doing? Although you may feel like, I don't know what I'm doing, and that's really good. I will explain those games to you. So like at first we start by throwing the ball around and saying each other's names. And you get 1, 2, 3 balls going in a circle, and people are calling out names. And so you just start to play. That's all you're doing is you're playing. You're having fun playing. And that sort of sets the tone. Then the next thing we do is play with a simple thing like a scarf. And what I like to do is ask you to use this scarf in any way except as a scarf. So you're going to come up, use your imagination, and use it, and we're going to guess. But it needs to go very quickly.
Okay.
Okay? So there's a lineup of people. There's somebody out front. They're using the scarf. Anybody can guess. Yes, when the guess is made, you throw it to the next person. So it would look kind of like this. Do you want to play with me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So if I took this scarf that I was up, I would. I don't have an idea in my head.
Okay.
I'm going to let something come to me. Okay. If I used it like this and I said, "Oh, Gucci, goo," you would guess.
That's clearly a baby.
It's a baby.
It's a
and I would
baby.
just throw it to you.
Oh my gosh. So now I have to
I'm
think
done.
of something.
You're on.
I'm on. So I'm going to go like this.
Yes, I see a banjo.
Yes.
Yeah, all
Okay.
right.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
We'll do that.
Throw it back to me. And now
All right.
I'm going to go.
Oh, it's a sling.
It's a
You
sling.
broke your
There we
arm.
go.
You
I
broke
broke
your
my arm. And back to you.
Wow. Okay. But it's not necessarily going back to the person who answers it, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So we want to give everybody a chance. So all you have to do is clear your mind
Right.
and be ready for when you're next in line, it will get thrown to you. And come up and just make anything up. Anything is good and right. Anything. And that's what we go with. Like, just have fun, just get free. That's a scary place to get to,
Yes.
but a fun place to get to. So all these steps have led
Right.
you to get there. So the quieting of the mind and the moving of the body will help you get to the place where you can actually be out there and just go, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm making it up. And it's good and right.
And nobody cares.
And nobody
And you've also developed a level of trust by that point with the people in the class with you.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
that's kind of nice.
So that's really nice. So now we're all working together, we're trusting each other, and we've got a real support going. And I've noticed in all the classes I've done, everybody wants that for each other as much as they want that for themselves. Like, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's just play. Without a score.
Right.
Without a winner and a loser. Without judgment. We are truly just playing.
And the nice thing is, when you do something like that, I don't think people are so concerned about what how they're perceived and how they are doing and whether or not they will do it right and do it well. But if you stop for a minute and think, they're all hoping that everybody else does well. And when you see somebody struggling, you're hoping that And everybody else is thinking that for you.
Yes.
So it's easy to think, oh, if I fail, everybody's going to make fun of me. But nobody wants you to fail.
Nobody wants you to. That's right.
They're there to root for you and to push and to cheer you on. And so it's important for people to remember that, right? When as they're in the middle of doing all these things, people want you to do well.
Right. It's not like we're auditioning and we're all getting
Right.
parts for something and only a few people can get it. We are here for ourselves and each other. And so that camaraderie just builds and builds and builds. And you feel that. You feel those people in line rooting for you. And you, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do, and this is fun. And there's that light heart now. It's just seeping into you.
And then how do you end it? Like, what do you do at the very end of the class?
So my favorite last thing to do is we are all singers. So what I like to say is line up shoulder to shoulder. You're touching each other. You are the best singers in the entire world that have ever come together in one group today, right now. And so I ask them to take on that. And so everybody does this. We are the best singers. Of course. Why? Because you're right there. Your imagination is wide open. You are ready. So they take on the singers. So I say, we are going to sing the most magnificent song. Are you ready to sing the most magnificent song? Yes, we are ready to sing the most magnificent song. They're right there. What is that song going to be? You are going to sing the ABCs. They are ready to sing the ABCs with all their might because they are the best singers ever. So you can just see the posture's changing. The attitude is right there. Everybody is so willing. So now I'm the conductor. And what I do is I kneel down in front of them. And I would conduct. So if I started like this, they would start singing A, B, C, D. But if I do this, they get louder, E, F, G. And if I do this, H, I, J, K. And I lead them through, absolutely conducting them this way, louder, softer, faster, slower. And then if I point to you with an open hand, you freely step out and take your solo.
Nice.
Yes. And now that might scare people, but they're at this point where no, they're just willing to go with it. So when I've led classes before, they go high, loud, and they go soft, and they go fast, and they go slow. And I point to somebody, and they come out with their solos. And one of the last classes I did, we came to the end, and I pointed to a woman who I later found out was a bit intimidated to sing. She was so on this journey, so she got the line, next time won't you sing with, and I point to her, and she just steps out and says, me. Totally big, totally loud, totally out there, and just fell into laughter.
Oh
well,
my
everybody else is laughing, and they all just said, it just feels good to play.
Right.
Without a winner and a loser and a score. It was just fun for fun's sake.
And in ways that we don't usually play as adults, right? Wow.
At my parties I'm going to, nobody's lining up singing the ABC.
What is with that? I got to go to better parties. I need to throw better parties. Oh, how fun.
I know, so very fun.
Yes.
So then we all just take a moment to go, that was good. Then we go back to the board where you came in and you wrote what was on your mind, what you were thinking about, what you brought in with you. And I give you a piece of paper and a pen and let you just look at that again and write. Wow. What are you thinking about now when you look at that? Let's say you wrote job. What are the things that are coming to you right now? And you don't have to share this with anyone.
Right.
So this is for you. So are you rethinking that? Has that been refocused, reframed? Do you have a lighter heart as you think about it? Do you want to go action steps, A, B, C, this is what I'm going to do? Whatever it is that you come up with, I'm not going to ask you to share that with anyone. This is yours to take away. This is, you came in with something, and now you're going to take it away because you kind of have a new feeling in yourself. You have a new perspective.
Wow.
And so what does that new perspective do for that concern you came in with?
And the nice thing is you were able to put it aside for the is it a 2.5 hour class that we're doing? Yes. You can put it aside so that it's not gnawing at you and it's safe, it's there.
Absolutely.
And you are going to think about it later, so that's kind of nice. and now you have a chance to reflect on it and see how your whole feeling about it may have changed.
Exactly.
But you don't necessarily have to come in with an idea of this is what I'm changing. That's not what this is about.
You do not. You
Yeah.
do not. And you know, you might not have anything. And after the class is done, you might just have an epiphany. Or not at all. And you might have just enjoyed having fun. Or anywhere in between there. And so anything is good and right. Again, you could come in with a big concern, a small concern, no concern at all. Leave with a fresh perspective, whatever it is. Anywhere along that continuum, it is good and right.
I love that idea of changing your perspective. I just like that idea because I think there are so many times in life that you get stuck in a rut in anything. And again, it could be something big, but it could just be something small, which doesn't seem small actually, in how your interactions with people go, or how the relationship you have with a child, or just something that is just been going in the same way for over and over, and it's easy to just fall back on that. So to think of things in a new way is kind of cool, and to have somebody who takes you through that, it's a fabulous journey.
And you will take yourself through it because
Right.
you are willing to participate what it takes to make that journey, to have that open mind, to say everything I do in here is good and right, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to jump in and do it. I'm going to support myself and I'm going to support other people. And once you have that attitude going, like you just move and you change how you think.
I think that's actually really cool. That is really cool.
Oh, thank you.
So we're gonna, and I know, well, again, you've got this improv background and you have so much energy and so much life, and that, I think, infuses everything that you do, well, everything that you do that I've ever seen, but for the classroom. And I know that you've had people take this class and they have loved it. They've come out of it really feeling energized and happy and positive and different about how they look at things.
Absolutely, and I've had people hang up their artwork to remind them of it, and remind them of the experience they had and maybe some action items they thought they wanted to take. So, yes, it has been successful, it has been well received, and it's not earth-shattering, but it is fun, and you do get to connect with yourself and with some other really fun people.
That is so cool, and it's a nice shift sort of within yourself, which I also like. So I can't remember exactly which night we were going to do this. I think we're doing it on a Tuesday or a Thursday night.
I think a Thursday night.
Okay. So at any rate, it will be in our catalog. So our catalog, our fall catalog will come out this summer. You'll probably get it, I think, mid-August or early August, so that you can look at what we're offering for fall. And we've got we actually have a lot of really cool and really different classes for fall. Molly's is just one of them. But I really encourage you to take a look. It'll also be on our website on www.concordcarlisleace.org. You can call us to register. We are at 978-318-1432. We are happy to talk to you anytime. Our offices are right in the cafeteria at the high school. So drop in. But we will be online probably in July with our courses. The catalog will come, and I really encourage you to take a look at Unstuck with Molly, because it's really, I think it's going to be just a blast.
Oh, thank you. I'm looking forward to doing it.
And thank you so much for coming in and talking to me about this. This is always fun. This is
Thank you,
always
Stephanie.
fun. We have great stuff. Please come in. Thank you so much.